Recorded live on a potato on a tripod here at Big Daddy Sunset for the finals of the Mountain Conference Invitational Tournament, triple elimination match play, so we never know for 100% sure in most cases when the title match is going to be. This could be it in the handicap division, as Carson Belknap has swept the field, still undefeated through 9 rounds of match play. Standing in his way between a weekend sweep and a third career title is this young lady, Rebecca Wilson from Lubbock. The handicap difference is 13 in each game Carson's got to win by. Right now, he leads by just about that. As Rebecca had one open and is in severe danger of having a second open here. She cuts right through the middle. To their left, this is the U17 title match between Avery Domagine, throwing strikes as she often does. In fact, that's 4 in a row. But she needs all of them because this guy's got 4 in a row too, as he has been throwing very little butt strikes all day long, Dimitri Richardson. He just suffered his first loss in the triple elimination match play, but he still lost his way into a bye because there's still 3 bowlers remaining in stretch. He was nice enough to bowl the U17 game now, so poor Avery wasn't waiting until midnight to go back to San Diego. Avery's already won girls scratch today with the win over Katie Perez from across the hills. Avery just on a whirlwind tour of success this season. 2 PWBA regional titles. She made the finals of a national PWA stop up in Washington State. All go along with all of those JBT accolades. Talented ladies on tour. Dimitri was undefeated through 8 rounds before he lost to Clayton Hobbs in the last match play. That kept Clayton alive, and now Clayton is over there playing this guy, Phoenix Chavez, with only 1 loss. So if Clayton loses, Phoenix and Dimitri will both have 1 loss, and it's game on. Clayton hangs on again. We will still have 3 bowlers left. The merry-go-round will shuffle once again. $200 on top in the U17, $1,000 on top. Carson already won a couple hundred yesterday for winning the regular season finale. So trying to pull the invitational weekend sweep. One previous win with us back in Pahaki, so he's had an outstanding season. Here on Sunday night in Pueblo. Big thanks to Clark and Rich and the whole crew here for having us. Big old 40-laner. Good place to have an invite. You're kind of between Denver and Albuquerque, sort of the hubs of the conference. Carson from Rio Rancho, right? Breaks up high, breaks up the split. He's clean through 5. He would love to stay that way. That'll keep all the pressure on Rebecca. Rebecca with the win herself. She mixed it up with Will Davis for a win back in Albuquerque. Showing everybody that, hey, look, I'm in the title match. I'm sure that's exactly what she's doing right now. I love it when they don't see me and I have the camera on. Much better that way. Carson does indeed cover up, does indeed remain clean. Picture perfect form of A. Just celebrated a birthday last week. I was insanely jealous. She took pictures of her prime rib dinner and it looked good. You can tell even on Facebook when a piece of prime rib is just and it was. Very jealous.
Wait, if I see like a good cake I like,
I'm prime rib, your cake?
No. I meant like a different, like a birthday cake that is like done nice.
Nothing wrong with that. Nice job to spare from Rebecca. Wow. Interesting pin action over there. Is it Avery literally splits the 8-9. That was interesting. I have seen a solid 8-9 once in my life. Showboat Lanes, Atlantic City. Glenn Collator, if somehow you're watching this, back in the 80s, maybe the early 90s, left a solid 8-9. Both pins are offset. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, pretty ball there. That one's going to be any 8-9. 10 of the pit for Rebecca. As that makes it front 7 for Avery, by the way, too. Kind of buried the headline there. Now Dimitri was a real mensch. That's a good thing to be willing to bowl this U17 final in the middle of the tournament. What I didn't tell Dimitri is that if Avery wins, this counts as a loss for Dimitri. We're gonna move this tournament along. Didn't read the fine print, did he? True facts I just made up. There you go. Nice job to spare. He's still in the 220s, but Avery looking to be perfect to wrap up her weekend. Oh, Carson doesn't break up the split. He'll have his biggest challenge yet to stay clean at that 310. He's answered every challenge we put in front of him this weekend. We'll see if he can keep it up here. Dimitri just stays on the roll. And he does convert that 310.
Nice job, Carson.
I think it was the right thing for Dimitri to do, because when you're bowling competitive matches for literally, what, 8 hours at this point, the last thing you want to do is stop and go cold and have to mentally fire yourself back up again. So stay in the moment bowling matches. I think that was the right call. But Avery waited about 2 hours to bowl this match. She was eliminated fairly early in triple elimination. It obviously made the most of the weight. She opens up with a 7-pack. Carson still clean. Spare work in 8th frame. High once again. Talked about that in yesterday's title match. That title match pressure. Lower average bowlers start to pinch shots and they tend to go high, and so does that one for Avery. Strings ends at 7, and they still got a match going on over there. That's a tough spare. Mid-low level scores today, as typical for invitationals. Took just barely plus to make the cut in handicap. And took minus 73 in scratch. Montana Cindy-Baco was the cut and made the most of it, winning quite a few games. Ruining Lucas Findley's day with a couple wins over him.
So, Dimitri?
Yes, use your words.
I don't know how to spell his name, but he has 2 losses right now, correct?
1.
Okay.
He's got 1, Phoenix has 1, Clayton has 2. And Rebecca has a beautiful double, dead flush there.
Yeah.
Right back in this thing. 124 through 7, 131. She takes the lead with that double, actually. When two-handed bowling started to be a thing, it was purely a guy's thing, and it is no longer so. Vanessa Fusey won main event, two-handed girl. There's a couple coming up the ranks that are just stellar and already in college. Boy, girl really doesn't matter. It's a timing thing.
I'm working on it.
I use Porto Hunquan as the example. He weighs about 60 pounds, and he's able to fling that thing down there two-handed. Your timing is good. Anybody can do it. And her timing was pure in the last 3 balls. Flush, flush, flush. The strikes in the 7th, 8th, 9th to build up a double-digit lead. Let's see how Carson responds to that.
People that decide to bowl two-handed practice like all the time just to master it.
Sure.
Even one-handers try two-handed.
I tried it. Threw my spine out, I think.
It's not easy.
Shot, 4-pin. Avery stays in the 250s with her spare over there. Dimitri can strike out for 257. He does that. Avery goes strike spare. We'll have bonus bowling over there. Only 1 tie all the way through all these invitational matches. It was Lucas and Kendall Balea. They won 3 rounds in overtime. And their best Florida Panther impression before Lucas won that game. And then got C.D. Bucket. Richardson in the 9th. Oh! Doesn't trip before. So from 257, take that down to 236, right? No, 237. Should wrap up the match for Avery, barring a disaster over there. Check in on Hobbs and Chavez here in a second. Belknap in the 10th. chance to win the invite if things go his way. Wow.
Come on.
That ball looked pretty darn good, and just no love there. 4-9 is likely going to seal his fate in this game as I get to do my favorite speech in just a second.
All right, Coach.
That was a solid game. 9 straight marks up to that, and an unfortunate 10th frame open.
All right.
We got a bowl more and scratch anyway, so this was not the title match. Stay tuned for part 2. We'll see who comes out on top with a $1,000 top prize.